I'm not here willingly. I'm here in not on my own will. I've been forced into doing all this. This has been happening the past several years. I feel like I'm above you people.
I had the opportunity to meet with somebody from the public defender's office today.
Yes, I did.
I have a complaint that alleges that on or about June 30th, 2025, in the city of Cadillac here in Wexford County, it is alleged that you did commit the offense of malicious destruction of a building, $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. That is a 5-year felony and or a fine of $10,000 or 3 times the amount of the destruction of the injury, whichever is greater. Do you understand those charges and the potential penalties?
I do.
On felony complaints, you have certain rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or write can and will be used against you. You also have the right to have an attorney present at any questioning that you consent to, and you have the right to stop answering questions. You also have the right to be represented by an attorney at all phases throughout this process. And if you could not afford an attorney, one would be appointed to you at public expense, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of an attorney?
I haven't thought about that. This is unrealistic. I'm not here willingly. I'm here in not on my own will. I've been forced into doing all this. This has been happening the past several years. I feel like I'm above you people. I see what all is happening, and there's nothing I can do about it. I got people following me around, telling me I got kids. Everybody's telling me buy cocaine. People, let's go Brandon signs, follow me around all over the place. People putting shit in my food everywhere I go. They're switching everybody out here, the judges, the sheriffs, the lawyers. Everybody's been switched out the past few years. I've been just completely tormented, tortured in the past several years.
So, Mr. Wetterman, my question is, do you want an attorney? Do you want to represent yourself, or do you want to hire an attorney?
It does no good. It's not real. There's no law. You can't torture somebody, you can't oppress somebody and hold them here in a jail system. It's not real, dude. I see above all this. It's make believe. It's not real. I don't know what to say. This ain't real, dude. You've taken everything. You raised my property taxes. Okay.
The court on its own will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney. Will enter a not guilty plea and will set the matter for a preliminary examination. A preliminary examination is a hearing that's held here in the district court within 21 days. At that hearing, the prosecution will be required to prove 2 things. 1, probable cause that the crime had occurred, and 2, probable cause that you were the person who committed the offense. If the prosecution is not able to do that, the case would be dismissed. If they are able to do that, you'd be ordered to stand trial in circuit court. You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability of you appearing at future court appointments, the seriousness of the offense charged, and the threat that you pose to the public. Counsel, in 05, I show an attempted assault and battery, 05, a retail fraud third, 05, a retail fraud third, in 20, disturbing the peace, in 23, malicious destruction of a building less than $200, in 23, malicious destruction of a building, 200 to 1,000. In 24, malicious destruction of a building, 200 to 1,000. In 24, malicious destruction of personal property, less than 200. And malicious destruction of a building, less than 200. On his local record, not shown in his CCH, in 05, there's an unlawful plate. 05, no license. In 10, unlawful plate. In 17, an attempt solid waste disposal. And in 22, a B&E illegal entry. Any comment regarding bond, Mr. Roberts?
I'd say 2 things, Your Honor. First, with regards to bond, Mr. Wetterman is from the area. He has ties to the area with his family. And while he's not working, we don't believe he poses a flight risk. He's indicated to me that in some of the proceedings that the court already noted, he didn't have any failures to appear. So we believe he would show up to court to address those things. We believe the court could address the safety of the community through a low cash bond and other non-monetary bond conditions. Excuse me. Second thing I would bring up to the court in conversation, without delving into too much information covered by privilege, I do have some concerns with Mr. Wetterman's ability to participate in his own defense. So I just want to raise some competency concerns as soon as possible, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Sharkey?
Thank you, Your Honor. The people are exceptionally concerned with the potential public safety threat that this defendant poses. This stems from an incident where the defendant was throwing rocks at the Wexford County Sheriff's Office. He damaged 8 windows in the process, fully smashing through one of them, totaling in $7,195 in damages. There were multiple civilian witnesses, one who saw the defendant do this from the lobby, one who saw them from his car, and 2 civilian employees who, due to the loud noise of the rocks hitting the windows, believed that the building was under gunfire and went for cover. Sergeant Root of the Wexford County Sheriff's Department heard the sounds, and after being told what was going on by the witness in the lobby, went outside and ordered the defendant to surrender at gunpoint. The defendant decided to throw one more rock at a patrol car in the employee parking, after which he surrendered and was transported to the jail. Given the exceptionally concerning nature of these charges, and that during these events the defendant expressed some sort of vendetta against the Wexford County Sheriff's Department, and the defendant's fairly extensive and mostly recent history of malicious destruction of property and malicious destruction of buildings, the people would request a cash bond of $50,000. Thank you, Your Honor.
The rock that he allegedly threw at the patrol vehicle, did it strike the patrol vehicle?
The report does not say, Your Honor.
Well, the court is aware of Mr. Wetterman in his past. I believe Mr. Roberts is accurate when he discusses the potential competency issue. I know that has been explored in the past in other cases with Mr. Wetterman. Mr. Wetterman does have a history of throwing or at least breaking windows. I know twice at the Shell station in Manton, he broke windows up there so he could get a place to stay. I don't know what was going on this day, but I do find, and if I recall correctly, he probably had not been out of jail very long before this had taken place. So I do find that he is a threat to the community. Well, he might not be a flight risk. He certainly is a threat. Bond will be set at $75,000 cash surety. Mr. Wetterman, if you are able to post bond, you are to appear as ordered, keep your contact information current, not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. Additionally, you are not to purchase or possess any firearms or weapons, and that you not act in any threatening, intimidating, or harassing behavior. I should state for the record that Mr. Wetterman's praxis does show him as a risk level 2, which puts him in the low risk category. But given the repeated behavior and what's alleged to happen here, I believe bond is appropriate for now. Anything else, counsel? Thank you. Is that it from the jail? Next arraignment, please. I have a complaint that alleges that on or about June 30th, 2025, here in Herring Township of Wexford County, it is alleged in count number 1 that you committed the offense of larceny $1,000 or more, but less than $20,000. It's alleged that you stole an Amigo scooter that belonged to Walmart. That is a 5-year felony and or a fine of $10,000 or 3 times the value of the property taken. Additionally, the prosecution has charged you as a habitual third offender. That means that you have at least 2 prior either attempted or completed felonies in your past. That makes the 5-year felony a 10-year felony. Do you understand that?
Okay. I'm just kind of like, blown away.
So I don't want you to say anything about the case, but my question is, do you understand that based on the information that the prosecution has, that is what they've charged you with, and those are the potential penalties?
Okay, yes, I understand that.
All right. On felony complaints, you have certain rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or write can and will be used against you. You also have the right to have an attorney present during any questioning that you consent to. And you have the right to stop answering questions. You also have the right to be represented by an attorney at all phases throughout this process. And if you could not afford an attorney, one would be appointed to represent you at public expense, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of an attorney?
request appointment of attorney.
What is your current source of income?
I've only been able to work this last 30 days. I was gonna start my job, so at current point is 0.
The court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney, will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and will set the matter for a prelim. That's a hearing that's held here in the district court within 21 days. At that hearing, the prosecution will be required to prove 2 things. 1, probable cause that this crime had occurred, and 2, probable cause that you were the person who had committed the offense. If the prosecution is not able to do that, the case would be dismissed. If they are able to do that, you'd be bound over to stand trial in circuit court. Prior to the preliminary examination, there'll be a probable cause conference. That is where your attorney and the prosecutor will get together to see if there's a way to resolve the case short of going to trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability of you appearing at future court appointments, the seriousness of the offense charged, and the threat that you pose to the public. Counsel, I have received the praxis in this matter. It scores him at a risk level 3. Historically, I show in 06, an NSF check less than $100, in 06, an attempted aggravated assault, in 99, a possession of marijuana, 01, petty theft, 05, possession of marijuana, 08, assault, touch to injure, 08, spirituous liquor in a park, 09, disorderly conduct, fighting, 11, criminal trespass 2, 10, criminal trespass 2, in 10, a false information report ID upon arrest, in 12, theft with a value of $500 to $24,999, in 11, criminal mischief 3 with damage of $500 or more, in 11, criminal trespass 1, in 12, criminal trespass 1, 14, criminal mischief damage $250 to $749, in 14, a criminal trespass 2, in 19, a criminal trespass 2, 18, disorderly conduct, 20, disorderly conduct, 20, criminal trespass 2, 21, assault, recklessly injure, 21, assault, recklessly injured, 21, disorderly, 20, resist, interfere, arrest by force, 21, criminal mischief, 21, criminal trespass, 22, assault 4, cause fear or imminent injury, 23, a DUI with a BAC of a 0.08 or higher, in 23, driving while a license canceled, revoked, or suspended with a previous conviction. Those are all out-of-state convictions. Our local record shows an 89, a disorderly, and 90, an open intox, 92, an operating while visibly impaired, 92, an open intox, another open intox, and 92, and 93, sell, furnish alcohol to a minor, and 93, an open intox, 94, receive and concealing less than $100, and an 89 in MIP. Any comment regarding bond, Mr. Roberts?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson does have strong ties to this community. He's staying locally and additionally has family in the area that he's in communication with. Additionally, while he's not employed, he is working on getting more consistent employment and has been working, doing like tree pruning and stuff like that. We don't believe he's a flight risk. Additionally, I believe the court could protect the community with non-monetary bond conditions. We would ask for a PR bond or a low cash bond. Thank you.
When you say he's tree pruning, is that like normal hardwood trees or is that Christmas tree pruning? Do you know?
Christmas trees.
Where he was moving to was going to be the Christmas tree pruning. That's right.
Okay, thank you. Prosecutor's office?
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant was found in the drive-through at Taco Bell on a scooter that he stole from Walmart. He did admit to officers that he planned on driving at home. There was also, officers saw an open box of bagged wine in the scooter, as well as an almost empty bottle of brandy. There was a PBT done, which was a .171. Given that, I do think, along with his extremely lengthy criminal history, I do think a monetary bond would be appropriate. I would also ask for random alcohol testing as well as no contact with Walmart. Thank you.
Was it reported that he had taken the scooter from Walmart, or did law enforcement just come upon him in the drive-through?
Your Honor, it just states they received a report of a male in the drive-through on a scooter from Walmart.
Okay. Well, Mr. Johnson, despite your rather lengthy criminal history, I do not find that you are a threat to the community, nor necessarily a flight risk. So I'm going to release you on your personal recognizance. You are to appear as ordered, keep your contact information current, not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. Because alcohol is alleged to have been a factor here, I'm going to order that you not consume alcohol, and you'll be subject to random testing. Additionally, you are not to use any recreational marijuana and be subject to random testing. You are not to have any contact with Walmart. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you think you can live with those conditions?
Could I ask one thing? Could I still smoke herb because it helps me keep from drinking? I've went so long without drinking and just gave in yesterday. If I could just smoke herb, I can do that, no problem.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
No,
Then for the time being, I don't want you trading one substance for another. And it sounds like, well, so for right now, I will keep the no recreational marijuana in place. But your appointed counsel will know how to bring a motion if we need to do that. All right.
okay.